patient 0, and we have a house party in the Oakland Hills. It's Halloween. Michael ran to Kate's room. The door was locked. He was sure the scream had come from inside. "Kate, are you all right? What's going on?" There was a low moan. "I can explain," a weak voice called. The remains of the party had made their way to the hallway by the time Kate emerged. She shut the door behind her. Her top was on inside out, and she was still pulling up her terry cloth pants. "I can explain," she said. Then she burst into tears. "Something happened." Another moan from inside the room only added mystery. "Where's your friend?" Michael asked. "Is she all right?" He reached for the door handle. Kate blocked the door. You don't know." Michael could smell the sex. This was hot, but Kate was clearly upset. Something was going on, more than just embarrassment. He turned around and waved his hands, shooing at his friends. "Nothing to see here, ladies and germs." "As you were." The guys let out a collective "aww" and stayed where they were. The girls headed back towards the kitchen. "Kate, are you all right?" Cameron asked. "Clear out, please. Give us some space," Michael said. Your friend drunk in there? Do we need to bring her something to vomit in?" A low moan came from inside the room. "She's not well," Kate said. "Let me check it out." Cameron wore the classic stoner expression, eyes half open and an amused, closed-lipped smile. He pushed past Michael. Kate blocked the door. She'd stopped crying, and now she looked just frightened. Michael wished he were a little more sober, and so he could say something smart to calm her down. He patted her arm. "Kate, doll, what's going on? You can tell me." "She's tied up," Kate said in a small voice. "She made this terrible moan. I think she's sick." "Let's check it out," Michael said. "You can trust me. I'm not going to make fun of you." Kate moved aside, just enough to let him pass. Sure enough, Kate's friend was roped to the bed, naked. She wore white contacts, and her skin was a fine gray. Her gaze moved among the men, and she licked her lips. Michael was stunned. He knew Kate had a sense of humor, but this was beyond expectations. She turned her friend into a perfect, sexy zombie. He turned to her. "You had me all worked up. You two must have been in here doing makeup this whole time, and I never thought you were such an actor." "I'm not," Kate said. She wasn't grinning like she should have been. "I don't know what happened." "My compliments," Cameron said. "She looks awesome." "Wow, Kate," Sam said. "You know what would be even better is if you put some blood on her, or some black goo or something. I guess you don't want to mess up your sheets, though." "Kate, you can cop to the joke," Michael said. "It was masterful. Smile already." Kate blushed. "It's not a joke. I swear. She wanted me to tie her up before she turned into this. We'd been talking about zombies, and then..." Michael examined the girl in the bed. She pulled on her ropes, trying to get to him. There was a blank look in her eyes. He took a step back. She was an amazing actor. "Where'd you get the contacts?" Sam asked. "They're perfect." "I'd better get the girls so they can see this," Henry said. He did not leave the room. "Guys, you have to help me figure out what to do," Kate said. There was panic in her voice. "Michael, please." He leaned forward, inspecting the rope. Maybe she wanted him to play along, take the joke a little further. "The knots are pretty good." Jamie moved towards him, licking her lips. Even her tongue was dark. That's the name of the woman in the bed, Jamie. "I didn't think you knew how to tie knots like this, Kate," Michael said. He tried to pitch his voice so that only she would hear it. "You know how I like rope and knots. Is that what you were doing?" "What?" she said. We were..." Kate let out a breath. "Well, shit, you know what we were doing." "Hey, check this out," Cameron said. He locked Jamie's ankles together using his handcuffs. He climbed under the bed and straddled her. She was straining against the ropes to sit up. Her white eyeball gaze was locked on him. "She wants me," Cameron said. "Michael, I knew you'd come through and introduce me to someone who could really appreciate me." "Don't," Kate said. "This isn't a fucking joke." She grabbed Cameron's arm, but he shrugged free. "I'm in love," Cameron said. "Get off, Cameron." "I'm finna get off, that's for sure," Cameron said, slipping into his Kanye voice. He ran his hands up Jamie's stomach, cupping her breasts. "You cool with that?" She moaned. Her nipples were a deep red. maybe painted with lipstick. She wore enough black makeup to make her eyes appear to sink in her face. "We'd better take pictures," Sam said. "Cameron, get off before you mess up her makeup." He reached over and undid the handcuffs, freeing Jamie's ankles. "Off," Kate said. "Dude, seriously." "Her nipples are so hard," Cameron said. "Holla, girl, can I get a holla back?" The woman tied to the bed did not holler back. "So, Kate, how much is Michael paying you and your friend to do this?" Henry said. "Because I'm going to have a party, and everybody can come as different kinds of zombies. You know, belly dancer zombies, zombies in hard hats and shit. You know how in the movies the zombies are always like a naked chick and a bloody bride and a businessman and a fat dude in a bathrobe and a kid in a baseball uniform? And, to show that zombieism strikes equally across all demographics, when really it would probably be a group of people who are all in the same place at the same time. You know, like if Trader Joe's were overrun and we're all wild zombies." "Dude," Cameron interrupted, "you want to give us some privacy or you want to see me whip it out?" He turned around and grinned at the guys and then moved his face toward the zombies. "I don't want to mess up your makeup. I just want to quick—" "Cameron, no!" Kate screamed. She grabbed his arm and pulled. It's too late. Cameron howled and fell back on the floor, holding his hand to his mouth. Blood seeped between his fingers. "You're not funny," Cameron said. "I don't have health insurance. You're helping me with the bill for this." "Cam, are you okay?" Kate asked. She knelt. Cameron took his hand away from his mouth. Part of his lower lip was missing. In the silence, Kate said, "I told you guys, this isn't a fucking joke." The zombie in the bed was chewing. Michael took a step back, and then another. The rest of it he could believe was a joke that got steadily sicker, but not this. Cameron would have had to have been in on it, and he's not that good. "Why didn't you tell us this was a real zombie?" Henry asked. "I tried," Kate said. Sam bolted from the room and shut himself in the bathroom. The door did not block the sound of his retching. Kate picked up the open bottle of wine from her desk and took a sip. "I better clean you up, Cam," she said tonelessly. "If there's any hard alcohol left, will someone get it?" The bathroom door opened. Audrey and Natalie came in, each carrying tumblers of a mostly clear liquid. The ice had been used up hours ago. "Oh my God, Cammy, what happened to you?" Audrey went to him, raised her hand to his face, but didn't touch him. "We have to smash her head," Henry said. "That's the only way." "No," Kate said. "Jamie wasn't hurting anyone until we got close. That's her name, Jamie. If Cameron had treated her with respect, none of this would have happened." "What's going on?" Audrey said. "Cammy, what did you do?" "Kate, why is your friend tied to the bed? And what's with the makeup?" Jamie licked the blood from her lips and chin. "I need to get some gauze." Kate left the room. "You explain," she said to Michael as she passed. I don't know if we should hang out in here," Michael said. The zombie was moaning. "We shouldn't," Henry said. "But Cameron's infected now." "We don't know that for sure," Cameron said. "We should get you to a hospital," Michael said. "Who's sober enough to drive?" Henry shrugged. Natalie and Audrey both shook their heads, looking worried. "Damn," Michael said. "I'm going to stop there."